Cars USA, yeah!
This is Car Bros Podcast, episode 24.
You got to say it this time.
The big twofer.
There it is, the big twofer. Welcome back. Hello, fellow Car Bros. Thank you for being here. Special hello to our patrons.
What's up?
Thank you.
What's up, patrons?
Yeah, what's up? Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for keeping this thing going. If you're not a patron, you'd like to be one, click the link below in the description. Yeah. Google Car Bros Patreon. If you're not going to be a patron, you should think. Take a moment to silently thank
Look at yourself in the mirror.
Who are supporting this podcast.
Real quick, we should mention by the time this is up, we will have a Patreon only little mini video.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm going to drive John's Subaru after the mods.
Yeah.
Like a couple podcasts ago, we were like battling all the remaining modifications that he was doing. That is fixed, and now I'm going to go drive it. So we've got a little
impressions
of like something not good, basically not good enough to be on our channel. Let me entice you.
Some mediocre content.
With a video that's not worthy of public viewing. Anyways, every once in a while we put a little behind the scenes stuff or whatever. It's fun. It's a good time.
Fun little stuff.
Yeah.
Fun little thing. Fun little recipes.
Poems.
Yeah, it's good things. Okay, right off the bat.
Yeah.
We went to a car show.
Literally
Yeah.
minutes ago.
Yeah.
Minutes ago, we went to a Cars and Coffee-esque thing. I don't know what it was called.
Cars and Carnitas, I think it was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. They had a taco truck. Yeah.
Tacos and transaxles, whatever the like spin-off things that people do. And that was a disaster.
Pretty much.
Cruise through.
Yeah. Solid 20 minutes.
Yeah, solid 20 minutes. It's about all I can take. But shows like that, generally, the real entertainment is in the periphery, in the parking lot.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'm there to see, you hit a certain point in your car enthusiast career where you're like done with the polished stuff.
When you're a real veteran.
Yeah, and you're more into like people's
The
like,
riffraff.
The hobbyist.
half-hearted hobby attempt cars. It's like that's we always take a wide approach to entering the show to like go through the
Spectator.
That's always fun. But something that stood out to us was like stickers in general.
Yeah. The use of stickers as mods.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit a few podcasts ago, but we didn't really go into detail on it.
Yeah, stickers as mods, I guess. That's a good way to sum it up.
Yeah.
And just like how that has changed, I guess both because of the internet, because you can take pictures of your car and you have a wider audience.
Yeah.
But also because it's so
Hashtags,
easy to make. It's just easy to make stickers now. Like easier than it
used to be.
before. Yeah. And the most egregious offender, maybe, that we saw was, what was that thing? Like a two-door Hyundai Accent or something?
I think it was a Elantra.
I think it was an Elantra.
A pretty old one. Right?
Excuse me.
90s or something.
Come on, you knew. You knew.
I'm just playing. Yeah.
Should we show a photo of it?
Oh, yeah. So I took a photo of here's the car.
Shout out to the owner.
Yeah. Great car. Well, yeah. Whatever. And then here is the windshield specifically, where he had the stickers. I don't remember what they are. You will know what they are because you're staring at it.
KDM something.
But it was like, KDM squad and stuff. And like,
do you remember in Street Racing Chronicles when we made that KDM joke?
Yeah, we made a joke like over a decade ago about using the term KDM, and like now it's actually a thing. So I don't know if that joke aged good or bad. I'm not sure.
Well, the jury's still out.
Yeah. But he had all these stickers on his windshield about like KDM Mafia and stuff, and like KDM Family or whatever. Like 4 different ones. It's like, it's just kind of weird how people will use stickers, I guess, to identify.
It's like we were talking, like stickers used to be like a brand you like, or ideally that you would have on your car.
Yeah, you bought a part and it come with a sticker.
Like I have an HKS sticker.
Yeah, right.
But now it's like, and again,
it's more lifestyle.
It's like,
it's lifestyle, personality.
It's kind of like shit, like something squad or something like. And it's not even
lowered gang and stuff like that.
It's not like a local. It's not like an actual group.
Right.
It's just like you buy this and you like feel part of it, even though it's not.
It's community, like online community, Instagram community.
Oh, do you think it is? You think it's not even like a website they go to?
I doubt it.
Oh,
I seriously doubt it.
Well, like
maybe in some
we could just
cases.
call out like the Japanese muscle. So that's like an Instagram page.
Which we made. John had it on his car.
So the guy reached out to me and offered me free stickers, and I was like, yeah, whatever, sure. And so I put it on my car, and like I thought it was just kind of like a lighthearted.
And what happened when you showed it to us?
It was instantly made fun of and told I should take it off.
Let the record show.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
On the record.
And so I thought it was just like, oh, Japanese muscle, haha. Like it's it's not
Tongue in cheek.
It's a Subaru, like it's not actually a muscle car.
Sure.
But then they'd actually start like even like local people around here and just online, like a lot of Subarus started having on them, and so I instantly removed it from my
Apparently,
windshield.
it is a successful
apparently.
family.
Yeah.
Because we see him quite a bit, which is great for us because we get to make fun of John every time.
Yeah. Hey, do you know that guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fellow
So-
brethren.
Yeah.
JD and Muscle.
Is that even? What else do they do besides make stickers?
I don't know. They probably have T-shirts or something like that, and then they just post generic pictures of cars they don't have.
They don't have like
or like
club meetings.
Yeah, like or cars that
And they don't
submit
make,
their.
and they don't make an actual product.
No, I think just
It's just
swag.
brand. It's
Yeah.
just a sticker
Just
brand.
a logo.
Essentially, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
They don't have like a committee. It's like a chair.
Yeah.
Like a
Someone took the minutes.
A warehouse. Yeah, they don't employ probably more than 2 people.
big like lobbyist group. JD and Muscle or whatever, Japanese Muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I thought that was just kind of funny because most modded cars have stickers all over them.
Right.
And like they're usually, you kind of rarely see that other kind of sticker.
They're just like brand.
Yeah, you rarely see the brand thing unless it's just like someone's like beat to shit time attack car.
Right.
It's just like every sticker
Yeah.
that they get.
I
on that
remember,
thing.
well, like when we first got into cars, like it kind of seemed like a sponsorship thing. Like, oh, if you had this car, either like you bought the part and it came with a sticker and you put it on your car, or you're like sponsored by this company,
or
and
you wanted to look like you were
Right.
Exactly,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, even like in the 70s, people would put like Hearst. or,
right,
like,
yeah.
Thrush mufflers
True.
or something.
Yeah, I think that for a point it was like, look at the legitimate brands I have on this car.
Right.
That's
Right.
kind of how I saw it. I've never put stickers on my car, but like, there's nothing wrong with that. You know,
Yeah.
Brembo or whatever,
Sure.
Endless or something. It's like some brands are and were cool.
Yeah.
But now it has become much more than that.
Yeah, it's like this whole gang, family,
Yeah, squad.
Squad.
It's pretty sweet.
gang family squad would be a sweet sticker.
Yeah. Gang Family Squad Mafia.
That's we should make that. Sell it. It's our new brand.
All right, we got that now.
Look for our hoodies.
Yeah.
Squad.
We'll make those stupid like keychain lanyard things that everyone likes for some reason.
Yeah. All right. We're on it. All
right.
Now we're in the mix.
Yeah.
About to be a powerful wing of the lifestyle sticker brand
Gang
phenomenon.
family squad mafia.
Also, just a side note. 2 podcasts ago, I think we were like lamenting the wave of auto shop
closures,
like, yeah.
extinction.
Just like we missed that bus, and someone's
missed it.
Someone's comment, I don't remember who it was, I'm sorry, but they were like, in my auto shop, like my memory of it, other than the nonstop shenanigans, like I learned a bunch of stuff or something.
and you were like shenanigans.
Yeah, and I latched on to like, yes, nonstop shenanigans.
Yeah.
Like that's the part we're lamenting.
Yeah.
Not actually like, oh, I wish I really had the like education of auto shops. Like, no, the shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like endless shenanigans.
Remember when we like accidentally spilled that huge thing of oil?
Yeah, we're just like power tool hitting each other with like impact wrenches. Like, boom, like stop.
I wonder if that's part of the reason why they got rid of it. It's like people
Too many
People
shenanigans.
Yeah.
are just like getting hurt.
Liability.
And then like,
Yeah.
I'm going to sue the school.
The shenanigans got too serious. Too over the top shenanigans, dropping lifts and dropping cars off lifts on people and stuff. So whoever it was that said shenanigans,
Thank you.
for summarizing the thing that we missed
The
about
beauty
auto
of
shop.
auto shop. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we were recently noticing, and I guess it's not recent. It's
Kind
been
of ongoing.
It's been ongoing, yeah. But just like general, not hate. I don't know what to call it, but people generally don't like, or they think they don't like performance SUVs, or like
Yeah, or even
performance
really,
crossovers.
I mean, really any crossover, really, not even just like every time
performance ones, especially, like I remember when they first started coming out, and it was really like the X5M. I think that was like one of the earliest ones,
the first one,
like early 2000s,
right?
I mean, you could say like, oh, Typhoon or whatever, but like really early 2000s,
sure.
like when they started. And it was kind of common to be like, that's so stupid, like it's an SUV,
right?
And I thought, at least, like to me, I thought that sort of died as people started seeing like, yeah, they're actually like really fast,
yeah,
and kind of badass,
right?
Like, I don't know, I think, and so I thought people sort of changed their tune, but it seems like it's still common to like talk shit about like performance SUVs. Like, why do they exist?
So pointless,
so stupid. But like, I don't know. I feel like we're here to say that's bullshit.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Well, considering I own one.
Well, yeah, John has one. John has a SRT Jeep Grand Cherokee. But like, just in general, like,
Why, yeah.
I don't know. They're pretty badass.
They're pretty
other
sweet.
than the fuel mileage, just generally like,
yeah, that's just
terrible.
That's just
Right. But it's not that much worse than just the regular V8,
yeah.
truck or something. Yeah.
It's just like, in my mind, like you and three friends in like a spacious SUV, just like punching it and screwing around while being comfortable.
Right.
It's like, how can you not like that?
Yeah. It's every American's right to do such a thing.
Yeah. And I don't know that you would necessarily go on a track in one. I guess.
I don't think too many people do.
Yeah. I mean, you could, but like, and I feel like that's the critique. Like, oh, it's so stupid. You'd never track that. It's like, who would track?
Yeah.
Most people don't track anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Most people don't track anything. So, I don't know. It kind of made me realize like that's almost one of my favorite segments now. It's like fast SUVs.
Right.
Yeah,
it's just a fun daily driver.
Yeah. I think the ridiculously fast ones are a little silly, like the Trackhawk.
Yeah.
Those are a little over the top, but I still like them a lot. I just wouldn't own one because they're just that's a little too much to like.
Yeah.
Because it seems silly and foolish to own one of those, but not drive it often, like any SUV.
Right.
Like have it. Yeah. It's kind of unusual to have it as like a toy.
Yeah. That's like a weird, fun vehicle.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I still think they're awesome.
Yeah.
So like, I don't really get the hate.
I think it mostly comes from people just not liking any like
Big cars in general.
yeah, or even like crossovers. Like every article you read is like the crossover, like like impending crossover, blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
It's like people really dislike like car people really dislike them.
Yeah.
Which is I don't know. I think it's pretty
Consumers
it's kind of
love them.
It's kind of a dumb take.
Yeah. I think I'm not a fan of like the tiny worthless stuff.
Like the CX-3 and the CHR.
Yeah, but like honestly, one of my favorite like realistic daily driver candidates is the Macan.
Oh yeah, Porsche.
The Porsche Macan, and it's like that's a crossover. Like they can be amazing,
right?
Like, they can be awesome.
Well, I think the dumb thing is like people like imagine that people like I had a Golf GTI and then like I got rid of it and got a CRV. It's like the crossovers are just replacing like other lame car, like Taurus, Camry. Yeah. Like who cares?
It's just the new like wagon,
right?
Pretty much. Sedan.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, do you remember when car guys, whatever, you like hatchback? Like everyone needs a hatchback.
Yeah.
Or wagon. Like, everyone needs a hatchback wagon, and then like here's a CRV. No, crossovers are lame, man. where's all the sedans?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Hatchbacks are like just universally jerked off.
Yeah.
Than any crossover.
Lame.
I live in Manhattan and take the bus. Yeah, I think that one is just like not really warranted. Same with minivans. I wish they would pump a little more R&D into.
Yeah, because like we're looking for some sort of larger, not big, but like some sort of more family friendly.
You and your wife.
Yeah, something that's a little bit better than a Golf to haul a 2-year-old around. Mm-hmm. Which a Golf is fine, but that's sort of like borderline.
That's right at the upper limit.
Like when we put the stroller in the back of that thing, like you can't really put anything else.
Right.
Like a cargo
and
compartment.
the car seat, takes up
and
half of the back seat.
And the car seat, whoever's sitting in front of it needs to like
move forward,
have their knees in the dash.
Right.
Which most cars are like that. Most non
Yeah.
whatever, family cars.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like we've kind of gone back and forth between minivan or some small SUV or something.
Right.
Yeah, there's not a ton of options for minivans. There's not a ton of different flavors.
Yeah.
It's like you get
It sucks because in the 80s or even 90s, like minivan was like the
huge-
rate, like
yeah.
that was like the family.
Now
is a very contentious segment
Yeah.
with a lot of competition.
there's only like 3 left, right?
Yeah, there's like the Odyssey, the
Pacifica,
Sienna,
and the
Pacifica.
Sienna.
Yeah, and they're just sort of like
And they're all kind of the same. Like they're all the same.
right.
Right.
Which is fine, but like they're not that small.
Right.
They're not cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a segment that's kind of been abandoned.
Which is
and crossovers,
which
are
is
like
weird
the-
because
Well, I wouldn't say it's been abandoned.
it's just
well, there's not a ton of innovation. There's no like
I don't know. They mean
new takes on SUV or minivans.
I think it's
guess.
like in the 90s, a family would drive like a Dodge Caravan,
Right.
And now they drive like a Honda Pilot.
yeah,
It's kind of like the
Right.
default like
Yeah.
middle class family.
yeah. I think the small SUV crossover thing, like Rav4, CRV, whatever. That's pretty much the best you're gonna get
For just-
that's just a
yeah.
pretty optimized design.
Yeah,
it's like
they're not that much money.
yeah, it's
they haul
most
out.
of the benefits of a minivan, except for the ease of entry.
Sliding doors,
It's
yeah.
like a minivan is still just like peel half of the car away.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, let me get inside this thing. It's like you can't beat that.
Yeah.
It's like opening the side of your house.
Yeah.
instead of a door.
That's why it's so sweet.
Yeah, which is awesome. But you don't get that. But they're smaller.
Yeah. The,
you know,
and the other
they're more
thing, the funny thing
maneuverable.
about minivans is like they're pretty fast.
Yeah,
I mean,
now
like
they are.
I mean, like I think a new Sienna that has like 296 horsepower. Like
yeah, because they'll put their like whatever V6.
Yeah.
and like V6.
Which I mean, it doesn't make it like actually fast, but it's
Right.
like quit like
yeah.
as fast as like a 5-liter Mustang was.
yeah,
when we were in high
decade
school.
ago. Yeah, Toyota's V6, and it's kind of a boring topic, but like the standard. Whatever, they're just kind of like
Yeah,
run of the mill
2GR
industrial
or whatever,
V6.
yeah.
That thing hauls.
Yeah, yeah.
And like it'll catch you off guard if you've never driven or like rented a car with one.
An Avalon or a Camry.
Yeah, an Avalon
Yeah.
or something. It's like, hold the fuck up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's like, why is this thing so fast? I remember I rented an Avalon once. I was like,
Damn.
laughing at how fast it like
Yeah.
pulls the red line and stuff. Like, why is this motor so good?
It's got a V6.
Yeah, I think it's just because like they always were torquey.
Sure.
You know, like that was kind of the whole thing. And I think they are the modern like Japanese V6 is no torquier than it ever was.
No, it's a
But it has an extra like 100 horsepower and it's all in the top
Yeah.
end, basically.
Yep.
Which means you get this motor that just
stand
like,
on it.
fucking screams.
Yep.
And yeah, you can get it in, I don't know if you can get it in the RAV4 anymore.
No, it was only the third gen.
Yeah, that's kind of a like sleeper
Yeah.
like a
All-wheel drive,
a V6
3.5 liter.
RAV4 from whatever early.
I was actually
mid-2000s.
looking at those to maybe get
Yeah.
one, but I don't know. The problem is they're pretty. I mean, like by this point, they're all pretty damn old.
Yeah, they're pretty old, and that's just sort of a basic. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're okay.
Yeah.
That generation RAV4 is kind of basic,
Right.
but like you'll actually embarrass some people in those things.
Yeah.
Like I'm curious if anyone will comment. Like I used to have a
V6.
because like that's one of the saddest cars to lose to.
What I also like that they put that same motor in the Camry, obviously, but
Yeah.
in like the 08, 09,
Yeah.
like you could get like a Camry LE
Yeah.
V6,
Base.
like hubcaps,
Yeah,
and like
steel wheels.
like
Yeah.
like 278 horsepower, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think those things did like 0 to 60 in like 5.9.
Yeah, run like a bottom 14s and stuff. They're like actually fast. Sunroof delete.
Yeah,
and
damn.
whatever.
I kind of want one of those.
I remember one of the kids in high school, like he brought like his mom's Avalon one time, and like he just like walked all of our cars. Like you had like the Z28, I think at the time, and I had a Prelude. And,
I remember a guy I used to work with. He had, I think it was like a SN95 Mustang or something, or maybe I can't remember, but it's like a 5-liter Mustang, an older one. And he ended up having a kid, and he sold it and got a Camry. It's a V6. And I remember being like, oh, like downgrade from the Mustang. He's like, actually, this thing's way faster than my Mustang was. And I was thinking, I was like, yeah, probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah. This thing's haul.
Yeah.
They're not bad. I mean, they're not like enthusiast cars.
Sure.
But
They have some balls.
they will catch you off guard. Yeah. It's V6s today, if you haven't driven one in a while,
Go check out a V6.
yeah. Well, it's just there was a time where it was like they had some good low end torque, but they're pretty wheezy.
Sure.
And like you don't really like rev out a family car.
Right.
But, like they can.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've been looking at vans, but the biggest problem is they're all so big, and they all get like 18 miles to the gallon in the city, which is like pretty bad.
Right. Yeah.
Since the vast majority of that thing is going to be just driven around town.
They make a lot of sense once you have like 2 kids,
Right, yeah,
one
yeah,
and 3.
yeah.
Then it's like what else?
Sure, yeah,
there's
there's
that
like,
or like an Escalade or something, a Suburban.
So yeah, I don't know. If I could get one cheap, maybe.
Yeah.
If not, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, they're pretty funny cars.
Yeah, but
to drive.
But what kind of brought me up, it's like in Japan, which I travel to Japan every once in a while.
Yeah.
Got family over there and stuff.
Yeah.
But actually my wife's sister just got like a new Toyota Voxy.
What is it?
It's like a minivan, but like not as big as a Sienna. It's like I think it's like one of the best
Mazda
selling.
made the what?
The 5.
It's just called the 5?
Yeah.
Mazda 5, yeah.
And it was like a smaller,
Right.
all the proportions.
I think a
of it.
Voxy is like roughly that size, but like modern. There's like a hybrid version, and
Yeah.
like this and that.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised no one's ever tried to, aside from the aforementioned Mazda 5.
Yeah, I think that's what I mean by there's no innovation in
Right.
the field. It's like, here are the 3 minivans.
Yeah.
They're big.
Right.
They're all-
And
they all
like-
have V6.
They've
nothing else.
innovated in like the interior space, like the seats like
Oh, yeah.
can
Yeah,
disappear
yeah.
and all that
The-
crap.
the amenities.
I
all,
more
all
mean
the
the
cargo,
like
yeah.
packaging and
Right.
size
Right.
like that, or it's like, let's try a couple
And
different approaches.
all the minivans are pretty expensive. Like I think
Are
like,
they?
It's because they come with all
I
that
think a
crap.
minivan's like 35 grand, like
Yeah.
bottom, like a base model Odyssey.
It's because it comes with all that features and crap. And they
well,
can,
no, I mean even the base ones are pretty weak, and then like you can get them up to like
Right, but
probably close to 50.
Yeah.
when they have the like
Dang,
DVD players
splurged
and
for the
like.
minivan.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. Maybe John could put up a picture of a Voxy. Just like in Japan, there's tons of
I think what did
various
it,
size
Vans, yeah.
I think what did it is the image. It's just dead
Right.
in this country.
Yeah.
It's like minivan.
Right,
And you
yeah.
do anyone who buys a minivan, you immediately make fun of them for
Yeah.
not a good reason. We're
Right.
here talking about how cool they are.
Sure.
And it's like if your friend's like, I bought an Odyssey. It's like, that sucks. And I think people know that. It's like,
yeah. But with as popular as crossovers are, it doesn't sound like there's gonna be any new.
no, crossovers are the new.
The minivan's like a dying segment.
Yeah. Because crossovers got a little bit of like coolness. When
They just have
started.
the off-road sport.
Yeah, they're a little like outdoors
I'm
image
active.
and like
Yeah.
active or
Right,
whatever. It's
yeah.
like basically you're driving a minivan. You know, it's
Exactly,
like
yeah.
it's all the same reasons you bought
Well,
that
I think
thing.
like the Pilot and the Odyssey and the Ridgeline are like all built off the same architecture.
Yeah.
A Pilot is literally like a slightly taller Odyssey without sliding doors.
yeah,
Same
and a
engine,
Ridgeline is
same-
like a Pilot with like a
the back
truck
cut
bed.
out.
It's like identical from like cab
Actually,
forward.
I do kind of like the Ridgeline though.
My neighbor has one. Just
The newest one.
The newest one. And it must be a hybrid or something.
I don't think they make.
Dude, because I don't hear that thing start and he'll pull away and it's like silent. It is one of the most
really?
quiet. Yeah. Every time he
They're
drives
just so refined.
that V6, man, let me tell you. I don't know that I've ever heard its starter motor. It catches me off guard because I'll be like taking the trash out and he's like driving away and I didn't hear it. Yeah, it's just like, wow. It's noticeably quiet.
Interesting.
It is noticeably quiet.
You don't really see that many of them.
No, he's the only one that I
Even though you think it would be super popular because A, it's a Honda,
Yeah.
B, it's a pickup truck.
I remember them saying about that vehicle that we're not really expecting to like take over pickup truck market
No,
share.
because it's not an actual like working.
But it's not like, what a lot of people in America buy pickup
Right.
trucks for. They really just said like that we're making this for the person who loves Honda and wants a truck.
Sure.
And it was just like they were pretty honest about what they were
Right.
doing. And I'm sure it's good.
I like that, and they're not that much money, relatively speaking.
Yeah. They seem neat.
I mean, you probably can't tow a gigantic boat with it or whatever, but they're cool.
Yeah. He seems to like it
Mm-hmm.
based on me never asking him.
Based on you judging him from.
He doesn't look upset. What is interesting though is like the arc of, I guess, minivans and SUVs, because you had minivans through the 90s and that was like the family hauler.
Sure.
And then you had SUVs in like kind of the mid to late 90s into 2000s, and that really took over.
Yeah.
Like the big SUV, like Expeditions.
Yeah, just all. I mean, they just didn't, other than the Explorer, really, and like the 4Runner, they just didn't really exist. Sure. And then they really did.
Right.
And like that kind of killed the minivan.
You know, like the first SUVs are just like pickups with bigger roof.
Yeah, but they were very
suburban.
They were
stuff,
legit.
Yeah,
you know, it's like
pickups
they're
for
actual. Yeah, that was actually like I didn't know anything about 4Runners, and then I kind of got into them, and then I bought one. Like all within like a few months.
You joined the 4Runner Mafia.
I joined the squad, mostly because of something I was doing for work. It was like now I need this utility, but I was surprised by how. Which sounds obvious now, but just how much utility you can get out of a 4Runner. It's like that thing's made to go off road.
Sure. Yeah.
And most SUVs aren't.
Right.
And it caught me off guard because I forgot that there was a time where they made SUVs because
you bought it because you needed it.
Because you needed it. And the early criticism was like, you don't even go off road in that thing.
Right.
And like people were like, oh, soccer mom, you're not even going off road in that thing. And it was like a huge criticism.
Right. I remember that.
Yeah. And so it's like, minivans went away, SUVs got really big, and now crossovers are kind of like a middle ground,
right?
Where they've got tiny bit of utility. You can definitely go off road a bit. You're not gonna go crawling.
Yeah.
But minivans have like none.
Right.
I mean, sort of none.
Right.
And crossovers have a bit.
Sure.
Do they though?
Yeah, sure. Well, they've got a bit of ground clearance. It's really ground clearance.
Not really. Like I'm pretty sure most of them don't have that much more ground clearance than like a Civic.
No, they have a bit more.
Subarus.
I guess it depends on like what we're talking about. Like what crossover.
It's within inches. That's what I mean, though. It's not a ton. It's not a ton.
Okay.
But it's like, again, most people don't.
I just figured like, like the CHR, I'm pretty sure it isn't.
That thing's.
That's what I mean, but that's a crossover.
No, I mean like RAV4.
Right.
Yeah,
okay. So certain crossovers.
That's what, but like you wouldn't, no one who owns a RAV4, there aren't people behind their back. Like they don't even take it off road.
Right.
It's like that part's not there anymore. Sure. But you could definitely like,
well, the new
you're not going to high center and off.
The new one even has like the adventure grade, whatever, with like, some kind of advanced rear, advanced for a RAV4 rear diff that supposedly is pretty good off road.
You could get all wheel drive RAV4s. Yeah. I'm just saying they're like, you can go in some snow and it'd be more comfortable in that than a sedan.
I just mean the term crossover covers a wide range of cars now. And,
it does.
And you're speaking of the higher end ones like the Forester.
I guess all I'm saying is the era of like a body on frame 4Runner being your concept of an SUV is kind of gone.
Sure. Yeah.
And really the 4Runner is the only one left that's even that extreme. And it drives like shit. No wonder. It's like they drive like big trucks. You wouldn't want that for a around town thing. But I think part of what got us on that was just like off-roading.
Yeah.
Right.
In general.
Like actual off-roading as a hobby.
Like we know people that do it.
Yeah.
And none of us have ever, well, I mean, you own a 4Runner, but you're not.
Yeah, but I'm not an enthusiast.
Right. I've gone, like I don't have a vehicle, but like my brother's brother-in-law. So I don't know what that makes me, but like he was into it. And so we've gone a couple times. And
my cousin was really into like wheeling.
Yeah.
I've gone, crawling with him. And it is cool. It is neat, but it's always to me been like just another it's like you don't lightly get into it.
Yeah. You can't dabble.
Yeah. You can't dabble. It'd be like, you're going to like dabble with a track day. It's like, well, you should at least have a car that can sort of
handle it.
It's like you're not going to take your Camry, although you could. But yeah, I don't know.
There's like some of the things I've heard make it sound awesome. Yeah. Like if you're, especially for us who kind of like are only familiar with, road car.
Right.
Like you either need to go to a track day or an autocross or like, break the law and hope no one sees you.
Right.
Where four-wheeling is like, you kind of it's all essentially legal.
Just go screw around.
Yeah. And the sweetest thing is, remember when I sent you guys those like off-road parks?
Yeah. There's like mandated
like all over the
courses
state,
around the state.
I'm sure every state probably has them where it's like, here's an off-road park.
Yeah.
And like you go there and it costs like $5 or $10 to get.
Some of them are free. Yeah.
It's like, here's a bunch of like obstacles. Like it's like the equivalent of like, here's a track day that's like free.
Here's an airport base.
Yeah. And like
here's an airport.
Go have some fun.
We don't care.
Which that that like sounds awesome.
Here's acres of paved road.
Exactly.
We don't
You
care.
do whatever you want.
There's just acres of pavement. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Like something like that's like unheard of.
Right.
yeah.
For like on-road vehicles.
Yeah, when I was driving down here, there was someone down in like there'll be like an on-ramp and then it'll like circle around. And in the middle of it is just sort of like
Trees and
grass
stuff,
or trees
yeah.
or whatever. It was all muddy and there's just a dude down there in a truck doing donuts. And I was like, I kind of want to just go join him.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like that's sweet. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just go screw around.
Like, I don't have a huge interest in like 4x4s, but like that part of it makes it sound really enticing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll like try dip my feet in the water and that.
400, bro. Just get one.
Yeah.
Cheap as hell. Super cheap.
But I don't know. But I mean, but we also know like one of our good friends. He has Jeeps, but he
Yeah.
also has a Camaro. Shout out to Nate.
Yeah.
So,
That he, I don't know. Yeah, you don't have to do one or the other, but
yeah. And you don't have to go extreme.
yeah. So I don't know.
Talk a little bit about this California exhaust law.
Oh yeah. So when that was it January 1st?
January 1st, it kicked in.
So you've probably read about it somewhere. I guess if you don't live here, it doesn't
We
really
should have
matter.
done more research, but I mean, I know the
Research
basics.
is for chumps, bro.
That's true. I'd rather just make assumptions.
Yeah, I'd rather just make blanket.
All the
statements.
information's out there if you actually care, but yeah.
But no, the biggest thing is exhaust of ticket for loud exhaust.
Yeah, noise level.
Went from being like a fix-it ticket that you could just change your
swap out your
and
exhaust and get a sign off.
certified, right?
Yeah.
And you just have to pay like a tiny bit.
Yeah, $15 usually or something.
Yeah, but now it's supposedly
it's
not fixable.
it's a fee, so it's like a permanent or not whatever. It's a mandated fee that you have to pay, and like it can be up to $1,000. And the big thing was everyone was like $1,000, like everyone assumed it was $1,000 straight out the gate, which I think since then it's been.
That's like the maximum.
Yeah, I think it's the maximum $1,000, and people that have gotten them already, even though it's like 2 weeks into the year, they say like, oh, it was like $300, but it's not like you can't fight it, or I guess you
cannot fight it.
I think you can I mean, you can contest it the same way as a speeding ticket, which is like.
But you can just get pulled over now for having a loud exhaust.
Exactly, yeah, and
just get like a big
it's all
fine.
subjective because the cop. It's not like police are walking around with decibel meters. It has to be like 95 decibels or lower.
At what distance? At a certain distance?
I think the
or
certain
something?
there's like if you get the ticket, you can go to a inspection zone, and they do this like test based off this certain code. It's like SB something. I don't know. Like I said, we didn't do the research, but I think it's like they rev it to 1/3 of the max RPMs or something, and they measure it from 2 feet away at like a 45-degree angle, and it has to be under 95 decibels at that. But a cop could just you could just be driving normally, and you pass him, and he goes, "Yep, you're louder."
Oh wow, that sucks.
And so it's like up to the cop's discretion to judge whether or not your exhaust is too loud.
Because before it was like it's too loud, but you can fix it.
Right. Make it not loud.
Make it not loud, and then it's like $15.
Yeah.
For a signature.
And
or
now it's just
something.
a straight up fee.
Oh, that's too bad.
And
But I think what people are concerned about, not just the money, but like that will give the police like more like it's more on their mind.
Right.
And I actually saw something I think it was Irvine, like about a week ago, that the cops just like busted some like car meet.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
Not like a ghetto car meet, just like people hanging out. And
they
just like gave a shitload of like citations.
Yeah, they were just posted up waiting for people to leave.
Right.
And when someone left, they were just pulling them over.
And for what I saw, like some of the people like this guy like goes to track days all the like this. He's not like some punk kid.
Right.
Like you're just like some guy like took his weekend warrior car out.
Yeah.
To like hang out and get a coffee, and then like all like the cops and then the cops like posted about it, like the whatever Irvine PD.
They
like,
responded.
I mean like they like posted on their face like this weekend Irvine PD did this and this like showing like we're cleaning up the community.
A huge bust, yeah.
And then, like every comment just like fuck you guys. Like,
Oh really?
Yeah,
like backfired on them.
yeah, just like go fight some actual crime.
Right.
Yeah. Which is true.
Well, the reason I think is this is a response to all those sideshows,
Right.
which I think
supposedly
they take place all across the country, and so this is like California CHP's response to that.
And that's a very specific group of people that do that shit.
Which is what, where you like shut down an intersection,
or like a whole like people have shut down the Bay Bridge and shit like that,
and like spin donuts,
right?
on it or
like
something.
essentially like to be seen on social media.
This is how they combat that?
Supposedly,
Yes.
that's like this is response to like.
How can you be so out of touch?
I don't know. I think that's what people are mad about,
Right.
more than the specifics of it.
Like that would stop it.
Yeah. Where it's like, that's and most people are like, why don't you just fucking go catch those guys doing it? And then, or you could just like hassle anyone.
Yeah. Was that your story?
No. My story is relating to that.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago or something, Garrett was like, I've got a story.
Yeah.
So we've been waiting.
And I assume it's pretty related to what we just talked about. But anyways, as you guys, I don't think I've mentioned on the podcast, but you guys know that like down the street from me, there's a WRX.
Yeah.
A very loud.
Right.
He has a neighbor with like an open header WRX.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he lives there or just like he just visits there a lot.
Boyfriend or something. Yeah.
Right.
He constantly buys weed from that.
I don't know. You get a vape because he get his vape flavor stuff. But you guys have probably, I think you guys have both seen it or heard
I've
it.
seen him.
Yeah.
It sounds terrible.
So it's like, it was like it's like an
tractor.
05 WRX wagon, like kind of the typical like cheaply modified teenager, whatever, young adult.
Yeah.
Super loud. He didn't like drive it like a dick, but it's just the car was
loud, just driving it.
Just driving by at like 1500 RPM.
Yeah, so like
loud.
So like I'd be in my house at like 11:30 at night, and I just hear it's like
Okay, we got it. Yeah.
So like that's where like he's not driving it hard, but just so loud that you still hear him. Just
that car deserves a ticket.
Yeah.
So, anyways, as I get to it, I don't know if he got a ticket. But whatever day that I texted you guys, I walked to get my mail, which is like down the street, kind of near where this car parks.
Yeah.
And I see the car like come around the corner, and I see the car before I hear it. Yeah. And so he just drives by, and he has full stock exhaust. Like the car is like not making a peep.
Yeah.
So just like the same car, but just bone stock exhaust, super quiet, drives by me. And it's like, oh shit. And then it's like, oh yeah, that law.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, like obviously this guy either got busted or was afraid of getting busted.
Yeah.
And like quieted up his car significantly.
Yeah.
And made my life a bit better.
There you go.
Hold on.
So I don't want to judge that law.
Yeah. Wait a sec.
Yeah.
Those kinds of offenders, because that car truly would have been like 120 decibels or something, like 95. There's probably factory exhausts.
I'm sure.
Our friend's 1LE is louder than that.
Yeah, like 95 is kind of weak.
Yeah.
That's dumb. The ones that they should crack down are the ones where you're like
really
physically cringing as the car goes by. It's so offensive that you're physically cringing. Like those ones, who care? They like give them all the tickets.
Another sweet aspect of the law is they specifically excluded motorcycles. Because I was like, at least Harleys.
What?
Yeah. I was like, at least Harleys can't be super loud, like, open header. It's like, nope. It specifically excluded.
Is there some Harley lobby
I guess.
I don't know about? It's like the only
I think a lot of cops ride Harleys.
Probably.
Oh, okay. That's where it is. Okay, well, interesting. We'll see what happens with that.
But yeah, to go back to the WRX thing, like I am part of this Subaru, like local Subaru
Japanese
Facebook group. No. It's a Facebook group.
Is it a Subi gang?
Is it a mafia?
It's just a Facebook.
Is it WRX
it's like a
mafia?
Subaru
Is it a family?
Facebook.
WRX fam?
And
Boxer fam?
ever since January 1st, like everyone was like posting like want to buy stock exhaust for something like that, because they either bought the car with an aftermarket exhaust or they bought an aftermarket exhaust and threw away or sold their stock ones like an idiot.
Dumped it.
And it's funny because I still have the stock exhaust for the STI. So I because like they're selling for super high now because they're back in demand. I was like, I could probably sell this for like $1,000.
I always get such a chuckle out of people upgrading parts. Usually it's just exhaust, really. That's like the only part that you like upgrade and throw away. Although I guess factory wheels is another one. But when you swap out the factory part and just throw away
or sell it for like $40.
Yeah. And it's just this like stainless,
right,
beautifully welded this thing where if you bought it aftermarket, it'd be like $2,000 or $3,000. Probably,
or from the dealership. Yeah, it'd be super expensive.
Catalytic heat shields and just silent, no rattles, tested to insanity. It's going to last 300,000 miles, and they pull it off and put this like NVIDIA cap back,
or even like an eBay one or something.
It's like, oh, this one's louder. Who gives a shit?
It's
like, it's so funny to me. I was laughing because my friend with a GT3 bought a muffler delete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like, it's got these big fat muffler cans like in the fender wells, and it's just like pulling them out. Just imagine the poor engineer who spent like 6 months making this like just beautiful factory exhaust. I mean, in general, factory exhaust is pretty good these days.
Oh, yeah.
Like it used to be embarrassingly bad. It was just like some little like half-inch dinky pipe. But now it's like they're custom mufflers.
Right.
And like, I mean, they're silent basically, but I don't know. I always get a kick out of that. And that's a funny one. Or it's just like, all this dude threw them away.
Yeah, he probably had it and just
like,
dumped it away.
$100.
Yeah.
Like factory exhaust. Who cares? Just dumping it to put some cheaper thing on. Good for them. They deserve.
I know.
Yeah, it was just funny when I saw that car because like I saw it before I heard it.
Yeah, you
had
like this physical.
Yeah.
I was like, wait,
That can't be the same car.
I know that car. Wait, it's not like super loud.
Did something happen to my ears?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Okay, well, probably the most serious topic of the podcast, keeping with our tradition of divergent
Fast food
topics.
We set some
takes.
time aside for
Yeah,
this.
we set some time.
All right. This topic is
All right, who the fuck eats at Subway?
Yeah, what is up with Subway? How are they still thriving?
Subway, like not like the grossest fast food place.
It has to be. It has to be
Subway.
the worst fast food sandwich place.
Or just the worst fast food place, I would say.
Well, that might have to be a different topic.
You'd rather eat at McDonald's?
Yeah. Well, McDonald's is like its own thing. Like a Big Mac is,
Iconic.
Or there's like their chicken nuggets or like
but Subway is just like the shittiest version of like a pretty common.
I loved it when they like finally introduced hot sandwiches to like get on board and just like it's like a steam like oven thing that like sits in there for 30 seconds and it just like makes the bread like somewhat soggy.
Yeah, Subway's weak. I've been to a lot of just kind of like podunk shit towns across the country, and it's like the mark of like a shitty town is just like a Subway. Not just the town, I guess.
Well,
but
like Subway is their only sandwich
the
place.
area. Yeah. And it's like, oh, let me pull off the road and get some food. And it'll be like Subway and like a gas station. It's like, no, I'll keep going.
Well, that's the thing. Like the only reason to eat Subway is it's the only option because they're everywhere. Like they're literally like the Starbucks of fast food places.
How are they so successful?
I don't know.
They're all. I think it's
everywhere.
I think it's just because they're franchise. They're super easy to franchise.
Yeah, but Carl's Jr.
So is McDonald's.
Franchise McDonald's, yeah.
But I don't know.
I feel like there's more Subways than McDonald's.
There are like that the Subway officially overtook McDonald's. As
Really?
like there's more Subways than McDonald's in the world.
Wow.
Like, have you ever eaten Subway? I mean, like that was pretty good. Pretty good, you know.
It's cheap, at least. Let us know in the comments below.
Subway.
Don't comment on anything but the Subway part. That's our most pressing.
Well, I remember like in the 90s or whenever when Subway like first kind of got popular.
Yeah.
It was
Fresh.
Jared.
It was fine because there wasn't really an alternative.
Yeah.
Except for like Joe's like whatever independent little.
Yeah, nothing in the fast food or fast casual segment has exploded like sandwiches.
Yeah.
It's like there's so much more competition.
There's never been less reason to ever go to a goddamn Subway.
Subway. I had like olives. There were like 3 olives.
Yeah.
It's so stingy. Okay. That may be our last fast food topic. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to do some brainstorming.
We'll see if this topic's going to come back.
If you want to defend Subway, I mean, feel free.
Yeah, we will shut you down so fast.
Shut you down fast and hard. Okay. A little shorter this week, I think. Is that
Not bad. About our
Usual. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the comments and feedback. That is always fun. Makes us feel like we're actually like speaking to an audience. Enjoy that stuff. Thank you to our patrons. And just by the way, on your way out, if you could rate this podcast on iTunes, that would be a big help. Every time I say that, we get another single rating.
Someday
We need to do that
by
one guy's suggestion about like reading the reviews.
Yeah, somebody suggested
we have to look into that.
We should like read the best review of the week on iTunes, but we're not like proactive enough. To
I forgot about it until just now. So maybe next week.
Look out for that in 2019.
2019 goals.
Reading reviews. Yeah.
Remembering to do stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.
All right.
Don't forget to eat fresh.
Yeah.